Right? This is it. An expert has made a shocking revelation right at the 3 years Shiba Inu holders have been waiting for. There's a fresh technical chart with a big revelation. After more than 3 years of establishing this trend, at last we have the solution. Trust me, none of anybody else is ready to remove a zero. Shiba Inu is ready. Signals of mass breakout. Unrealistic optimism. Indeed, actual discussion of Shiba Inu millionaire status is once again on the table. But honestly, what's happening here? About this 3-year analysis, what is it? Let me clarify, however. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. Right now, there's plenty going on behind the curtains that may turn into something major. Shiba Inu may be on the brink of a significant price fluctuation, much more than what we have already experienced. Shiba Inu's transaction count has surged to a weekly high of 7.37 trillion Shiba Inu. That is a somewhat sharp increase in activity. And normally, every time we have seen this type of historical increase, something major is likely to occur. We are discussing major either upward or downward price movements. And given current statistics, we could be only at the front door of another significant change. Shiba Inu is seated on a critical support level right now. For weeks, this region has functioned as a robust safety net, rebounding the price every time it falls. The fact that this region also fits with a pattern that has been really strong for some time adds even more relevance, almost as two levels of support cooperating. The catch is this, however, there is growing pressure. Combining this type of increased online activity with a rise in transactions increases volatility, not just probability. Almost definitely is what it is. It alters everything as well. Many believed Shiba Inu were only in a peaceful period, maybe even beginning to go out. Now, however, we are clearly seeing indications of something more may be developing. This is not noise alone. It offers a significant realization about what may come next, and review this if all of this still doesn't persuade you that something major is underway. The Layer 2 network created for Shiba Inu, Shibarium, recently staged a big return. Daily trades have surged 115%. That is occurring swiftly and more than twice the current activity. This type of development implies acceptance is building up rather than occurring out of nowhere. The network is being used more and more initiatives are involving, and behind the scenes, the ecosystem is becoming stronger. When you add this to everything else, the increase in transaction volume, the great support level, the increasing pressure, it all begins to create a rather obvious picture. Most people are not even witnessing anything that is developing yet. Nonetheless, after some more research, we discovered something that really made us shudder. Bitfinity, a trading perspective analyst, is highlighting something significant, a probable breakout developing as Shiba Inu addresses the apex of a multi-year symmetrical triangle. Here's where it becomes crazy. We are discussing a 3-year development arrangement. 13 years. This has been the length of this trend's formation. And speculate on what else transpired 3 years ago. Indeed, that historical bull run until 2021. In terms of technological age, a little older, 3.5 years, still. Shiba Inu burst at that, surprising the whole market and drawing attention all around. Early holders recall that moment precisely, when a little meme currency became a huge wave. Now, 3 years later, we are seeing a long-term technical trend suggesting something as large. The price right now has been trading in a narrow range between 4 zeros 12 and 4 zeros 13. Though often it seems like nothing is occurring, we saw a drop on June 13th and a little rebound on June 14th. That's the still before the tempest. Like a spring being squeezed, this triangular pattern is closing and approaching breaking point. History seems to be aligning up. 3 years after the most recent significant explosion, a 3-year cycle starts. That cannot only be a result of chance. And should this arrangement reflect the recommendations of experts, it may be the moment Shiba Inu owners have been waiting for all this time. And here is when everything really begins to come together right now. A weekly chart provided by Bitfinity shows this enormous triangular pattern beginning soon after Shiba Inu peaked back in October 2021. Shiba Inu has been gradually tightening within this triangle since then. The highs have been lower and the cost finds support almost exactly everywhere. Consider it as follows: like it did in March and once more in December of last year, Shiba Inu's attempts to break out and fly higher were thwarted each time. It never quite broke down either, however, despite all that strain. Every drop has been caught by the rock's strong support line beneath, which keeps Shiba Inu stable. This back and forth has been accumulating strain for over 3 years. We are now almost to the triangle's exact tip. Usually, here is when things start to become noisy once again. Something has to provide, and when it does, it may move quickly. According to Bitfinity's chart, Shiba Inu may start driving ever greater prices if she breaks beyond the first barrier. The first key goal is 4 zeros 5 around. But 3 zeros, 1 is the long-term target here, the one everybody is watching. And now for the crazy part. From where Shiba Inu is today to the 3 zeros 1 milestone, one would have gained nearly 733%. That type of action would be grandiose. And for those who have been observing from the early days or even those just beginning to pay notice, it's precisely the type of arrangement that may turn the tide. These days, it's not only buzz. The time, the chart, the pattern, all of it lines up. And here's yet another item that goes unnoticed. Still, it's really very significant. According to fresh into the block statistics, more and more Shiba Inu owners are now long-term members. While short-term investors and those just keeping for a few months are progressively shrinking, the number of wallets containing Shiba Inu for more than a year is rising. This indicates that the coin is changing hands from short flippers to long-term supporters. And it is a major thing. Less fear selling, less pressure from those seeking to make a fast profit, and greater stability often follow from this. Though in a healthy manner, the market is slowing down. Furthermore, particularly if positive momentum begins gathering, having serious holders left standing creates a far stronger basis. The trade scene is also showing indications of growth. According to a CoinGlass chart, the price seldom truly dropped even during periods when market mood was unfavorable and traders were betting against Shiba Inu. It remained constant around the same vital assistance level. Short sellers essentially failed trying to drive it lower many times. And today, momentum appears to be changing, usually meaning confidence is returning. The market is gradually beginning to favor long positions once again. Often, this is what occurs just before a genuine upward movement. It begins to seem as if the scene is being set when you combine long-term holdings growing, sell pressure declining, firm support keeping, and sentiment starting to flip. Not just for a bounce, but maybe something far more expansive. And the neighborhood is buzzing with activity to toss even more wood on the fire. People are beginning to truly think Shiba Inu would soon cut a zero from its pricing. That's very significant. For Shiba Inu owners, this goes beyond mere statistics. It concerns reaching a significant turning point. It would suggest that people have been waiting years to see the price eventually veers from that lengthy series of decimals into a new range. And to be honest, given what we have just discussed, the long-term chart layout, the increasing market strength, the movement toward long-term holders, it seems less like a wishful thought and more like something that may really happen. Backing this up even further, CryptoRank statistics reveals that May has traditionally been a great month for Shiba Inu. The average May gain over the last 4 years has been 61%, and in May 2021, Shiba Inu jumped over 350% in just that 1 month, absolutely explosive. It seems logical, thus, that many individuals are once more optimistic. And with that optimism, a great dream is returning and we are becoming Shiba Inu billionaire. Let's dissect it now. Shiba Inu would have to possess 10 billion coins to be a billionaire if it strikes 3 zeros 1 and eliminates only 1 zero from its existing price. That comes to almost $127,000 at today's pricing. But you would only need 1 billion coins to achieve that $1,000,000 level if Shiba Inu frequently pulls off the unthinkable and hits 2 zeros 1, which would entail deleting 2 zeros. That would run around $12,000 right now. Of course, even if this seems fascinating, it's crucial to ground yourself. Not financial advice here it's only a glance at the possibilities. Before jumping in, everyone considering investments should conduct their own study and give their circumstances much thought. Still, one thing is evident regardless of your perspective. Shiba Inu are once again attracting. The community is beginning to think that something major may be just over the horizon. The curiosity is rising, and the graphs are heating up. On this, however, what do you think? Commentary down below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.